Okay then guys, just a little intro for trig expressions and equations in this section, just to get you started and make you comfortable with doing the problems like these. Typically most of the problems in this section will be of this form, where you're asked to simplify an expression involving trigonometric ratios. So basically where you're aiming for is to make this tidying it up basically. You really want to get everything on ground level in as simple a form as possible. That's the goal and the aim. So here let's have a look at this example then, best explained by examples. This one here is just the difference between two squares. We see that in our mind's eye as x squared minus 1, and that factorizes to x minus 1, x plus 1. So similarly this factorizes then to cot theta minus 1 and cot theta plus 1, doesn't it? Like so. Over cot squared plus 1 is none other than cosec squared theta, so we can put that in straight away. Now we can use properties of fractions. Here cot is cos over sine. Cos over sine minus 1, and then it's cos over sine again. Plus 1, isn't it? Now the cosec is 1 over sine squared in our mind's eye, and the 1 over sine squared, the sine squared is underneath, so to speak, can swing up to be up the top, can't it? So this is a sine squared on top now. So I'm going to put a sine there, but it's sine squared. Okay, we've got that. Now that's equal to, now one of these sines I'm going to take and put in this bracket here and expand this bracket. And the sines will cancel to leave cosine. And the second term, because you multiply through by sine, this one cancels as we just said, minus sine theta, minus the sine. And then the other bracket will look very similar, because when you times the other sine that's left here, this sine will cancel to leave cos, and then it will be plus, won't it? Plus sine theta. So let's just move this over, give us ourselves a bit more room. And it will be plus sine theta. There we go. Okay, so now we can expand this bracket. So here, again, it's a difference between two squares. So we've got cos squared here. And then the last term, because the middle terms cancel each other out, will be minus sine squared. So it's cos squared minus sine squared, which we could simplify still further, couldn't we, if we wished? And we could write cos squared is 1 minus sine squared. So we could also write 1 minus 2 sine squared. So you pays your money, takes your choice. Either of these is fine, really, because we've gone from something that looks quite awkward and is in a fractional form to something that's just in a straightforward, simple form of just single terms along an expression. 1 minus 2 sine squared, or similarly cosine squared minus sine squared would also be considered to be a simplification of this left hand side here. So all the best in this section, guys. These are the principles that you need to follow when you're working through these problems. Try and get something that looks easier on the eye essentially when you do these problems. So all the best then, guys, and I'll catch you in the next section. Cheers!